first company today is YourMechanic, presenting are Art Agrawal and Alexa Lee.
Doesn't work? Oh, works. All right. I'm Art, co-founder of YourMechanic. YourMechanic is the car mechanic that comes to you. Starting today, when you have a car problem, don't waste your time going to a repair shop, begging friends for a ride, and then hoping and maybe praying that you don't get ripped off. Go to YourMechanic, and you can take care of your car problems in less than 60 seconds. Let me show you. Go online, tell us what you need. 90,000 mile service, your car, and your location. Boom. Total transparency. You can see our price. You can compare it with dealer and shop price. You can see our mechanics ratings and reviews. And now, get this. Our mechanics are available 7 days a week. So pick a time that works for you. So Sunday afternoon, book, and you're done. This awesome mechanic, Mike, he's a real mechanic, will fix your car at your home, your office, or wherever you happen to be. Easy, isn't it?
But Art, most people have no idea what's wrong with their cars. What if smoke is coming out of the car and the driver doesn't smoke? What do they do?
Not a problem, Mike. Simply go online, tell us smoke from the car. We'll immediately tell you what are the possible reasons. You book Mike, he'll come out and inspect your car. Now, Mike uses our mobile app, which we will show you now. Mobile app doesn't work. Well, we can fix this. All right, what the hell? Let's just go forward. So the mobile app allows Mike to enter services you need, select the parts, and get you an estimate on the spot. Now, this is really, really important, folks. The price is always set by us. We are fully integrated with 3 of the largest car part suppliers in North America. We have over 500 million data points about labor time and parts. This allows us to give you a fixed, fair price every time. No shady markups and no last-minute surprises. So I know what probably most of you are thinking, including judges. Can Mike really fix your cars in your driveway? Right? Don't you need fancy tools and equipment to fix cars? Well, let's see what Mike has to say.
Sure, there are certain things we can't do, like fix your Tesla or even smog your car. But all of us mechanics own our own scanners and tools to perform about 80% of all car repairs. A lot of us are doing this now through Craigslist to supplement our incomes. Because when you go to a shop and pay $120 an hour, I make 20 of those dollars. So while the shop owner is getting fat eating steak and lobster, I have to feed my kids pork and beans. When you hire me through YourMechanic, you pay less, I make more, and everyone wins.
All right, so let's check out some real photos from real customers. Changing the oil, doing the brakes in a BMW, doing the timing belt. Our mechanics are delivering the best car repair experience every single day. And judges, I know what most of you are probably thinking. Is there a big enough market for this? So let's talk money. There are over 200 million cars on road that are out of warranty. People spend over $800 every single year at local garages fixing their cars, making this a $160 billion market opportunity. And I know this. This is my car. I spent $1,000 in the last 10 months at YourMechanic fixing this, whatever this is. So folks, we're going to wrap up with two big announcements. Number one, we're excited to announce that we have raised $1.8 million from an elite group of investors who believe that we will disrupt this massive market. Two, after fixing hundreds of cars, YourMechanic.com is live today. The first 1,000 people who sign up will get a $25 gift certificate. Thank you, folks. I'd like to leave you with one final thought. When you go out there and get in your cars and you see something's not right, remember, you can take care of it in less than 60 seconds. YourMechanic.com. Come visit us.
And we'll come see you. Good enough.
All right, judges, what do you think?
I love that you brought an expert. I mean, you so rarely see that. That was amazing. So it was really smart.
Thank you.
And clearly, you're very passionate about it. My question, I think, to you, Art, I think actually we may have talked a while back too, is you spent all this money to acquire users. You didn't talk about how you're going to acquire them.
Right.
But what's the frequency that you think once you spend all that money to acquire a user, will they use the service at enough frequency to make that ROI a positive one for you?
So there are two segments of markets. One is those people who drive out-of-warranty cars. You got to change oil 3 times a year. Unless you're driving a BMW with synthetic oil, you're going to change oil 3 times a year. You're going to have maintenance schedule every single year. In fact, the part of the demo I didn't go through shows you actually exactly every year how many times, what do you need. You never have to think about car repair and maintenance ever again. You log in, you see your service history, you see your maintenance schedule, and you're going to see how much money you need to spend, what you need to do every single year. I mean, people have called us 2-3 times a year, very common.
Are you price competitive with Jiffy Lube?
No, we don't compete with Jiffy Lube. Oil change there is $20. They give you recycled oils. We buy you the premium oil. We come to you. It costs a little bit more. People are nicer.
So is this mostly just oil changes, or is it a broader set of?
It's a broader stuff. So oil change is the least of what we do.
Okay.
Our job is to basically fix your car at lower cost, at your convenience. Oil change, we cannot compete on price. So we get the least amount of people calling us for oil change.
And so I guess my question is, there are things that you need when you go to a mechanic or a dealer. There's parts, there's equipment.
Right.
How do you solve that issue?
So very simple. So this is really exciting, right? This is why the business works. So these guys, every single mechanic, you talk about BMW mechanic, dealer mechanic, or you talk about the Jiffy Lube mechanic, you got to have your own set of tools, scanners, if you are going to be in this business. If you don't have the tools, you have no purpose in being in this business. Now, parts are provided by us. We are fully integrated with the 3 of the largest car parts suppliers. We drop ship anywhere in North America between 4 and 24 hours. It's seamless. It took us a year and a half to build this. If they click a button, part get drop shipped. Easy as that.
Admittedly, I don't have a lot of background in understanding what the core skills of mechanics are, or how much
Sure.
it varies from car to car. But thinking a little bit about building your mechanic force, how you go about doing that,
Right.
how do you roll out services, a breadth of services to a bunch of different cars? How much differentiation is there between how they are serviced?
Right. So the reason why we haven't launched in 18 months is because if you're going to get into this industry, you need to know what you can fix for what type of cars and what does it take. What's the risk profile for jobs, right? So that's all done in the back end. So we don't take jobs that we know it's going to be painful. Fuel tank for a Saab? Sorry, can't do this, right? Alternator for your BMW? Sure, right? And the mechanics they have to be certified, background checked. Most of them are already working. So like we've got a bunch of mechanics who are 4 dealer mechanics. And they're working with us 1 day a week and weekends and evenings. Some mechanics like Mike are doing this full time. They don't want to go and work for a shitty repair shop where they're going to rip him off, right? So, yeah.
I think this is great. I mean, I think this would be a great convenience to be at your office, be at home, have this taken
Right.
care of. You don't have to go back, wait online, all that stuff. I think it's fantastic. Question about scale. How do you get this across the country? Sounds like you're right now in the Valley.
Right.
How do you get across the country? And then my second question is insurance. Do you guys also work with insurance? Or is that,
That's awesome.
is this only for out of insurance?
No.
I can do that.
Every mechanic is insured. $1 million liability policy, And 12 months, 12,000 miles guarantee, everything we touch. So complete secure, okay? The scalability issue. The way we look at it, so we're not like Uber, where you have to have like a critical number of drivers to deliver 7 minutes awesomeness, right? Most of our jobs are like second day. Sometimes it's like a week in advance. Like if you look at his schedule, well, not what the schedule you saw here, he's booked for the next week, right? So most people call us like, hey, online and go and say, hey, I need a mechanic for my brakes, come next week. When we launched this service in beta, like alpha, like no website, we were live in Philadelphia. First day, I left my job and started this business. One mechanic. And then when we launched in San Jose, because we got accepted in Y Combinator, we had to launch it here. One mechanic, San Jose, live. We did like several hundred jobs just on the back of these two guys without even a website. So scalability for us, like now since we can drop ship the parts anywhere in North America, mechanics can sign up anywhere, right? The pricing engine works everywhere. The mobile app works everywhere. The parts work everywhere. Now just connection. How do you acquire users? How do you connect them? How do you ensure that the service is awesome? Right? That's all it is.
What about post-service care, right? This is a new way to bring the mechanic to you, so people aren't comfortable with that. What happens if something breaks down? How do you follow up?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question.
In other words, when you go to a dealership, you go to your mechanic. If something happens, the service doesn't quite work, you know where to go back.
Right.
For you guys, what do? I call the mechanic, another mechanic comes. How does that work?
So a couple of things I'd like to clarify before I answer the question. 80% of the cars that are out of warranty never, ever go back to dealership. So you always go to a shop. You go Yelp, you go find a mechanic, go to a shop, deal with all the upselling and bullshit that goes in there, right? So on the other hand, now since we are price competitive, in like 80% of the jobs we do, we are 20, 30% cheaper. So it's like a no-brainer, right? And we guarantee everything. We give you insurance. Like it's a no-brainer. Like why would you go to a shop, let them upsell you, charge you twice the money, and then be stuck? Like you have to ask your friend, oh, can you pick me up? I mean, it's awful, right? So it's a no-brainer. Like people just have to know that this exists. When people didn't have a website, they were like going and calling us, getting cars fixed. We are live today.
All right, so I'm afraid we're out of time. That was YourMechanic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.